for elephant. He lives in a zoo. And then comes F. F is for fiddle. It's called violin. And G follows F. Keep that in your head. G is for grandpa, most kids' favorite guy. And then there is H. This is an H. And here's an H-word story I know you'll like. H is for harp. And this harp's name is Hilda. Hilda makes heavenly music when her strings are handled by a happy harp player.
H is for heavenly.
But Hilda is unhappy. Hilda has no harp player. Hilda is here in the used harp store, waiting to be hauled away to a harp junkyard.
H is for hauled.
Hilda has been a happy harp. She was a star harp in the Hanover Symphony far across the sea.
H is for happy.
Hilda is not old. Her strings still make happy sounds. Her golden body glistens in the light, and she smiles at every harpist that happens to have time to hear her.
H is for here.
Still, she has no harpist. Hilda has only 3 days till they haul her away. Harry, the harp store helper, held Hilda with care as he placed her at the heart of the big store window.
H is for heart.
Many Harry music students from the Howard Conservatory, halfway up the block, hasten past the harp store.
H is for Harry.
Hilda smiled and tried to attract some attention to herself. She hoped a harpist from Howard would halt and hear her heavenly tone.
H is for halt.
2 days passed, and no Howard harpist halted to hear Hilda. Then Hilda heard the doorbell tinkle and heard Harry, the harp store helper, call to the owner.
H is for helper.
Mr. Harper, Harry hailed, this Howard harpist needs a harp for the harp contest at Carnegie Hall. Hilda's harp heart skipped a beat when Mr. Harper shouted, "Show her Hilda, Harry. She can have Hilda for half price."
H is for half.
Harmony was the Howard harpist's name. Her blonde hair tumbled to her shoulders and glistened like Hilda Harp's body.
H is for harmony.
"I love her, I love her," Harmony called to Harper, the owner. "Take her, she's yours," Harper howled from the hall. "You play like an angel. Take her free. Hilda and you were made for each other."
H is for her.
Hilda peeked out of her red velvet bag at all the harps in the hushed hall called Carnegie. "We don't have to worry about Harmony, a haughty harpist harped. She's from Howard. No one from Howard ever wins." Hilda smiled to herself and made her body sparkle. No Howard harpist had ever competed with a harp from Hanover in the history of the hall called Carnegie. Well, what do you think of that? Hilda heard an unhappy harpist say, "Only 3 left in the finals, and the harpist from Howard is one of them."
H is for Hanover.
Harmony came on stage. A hush fell over the harp lovers. Harmony floated like an angel to Hilda's hallowed place. Harmony and Hilda had the judges in heaven. No one in the hall had ever heard harp music happier. Harmony was harp champion of Carnegie Hall, and Hilda was her harp.
H is for hooray.
Harmony became the star harpist of all America, and Hal, her husband, had a white fur-lined leather case built for Hilda.
H is for Hilda.
Harmony, Hilda, and Hal lived in health, happiness, and heavenly harp music forever after.
H is for harp.
And after H is I. And then the J is here. and after J comes K. And then, of course, there is L. And here's an L word story that I would like to tell. L is for limousine. For short, you say limo. And this limo's name is Lester. Lester works for a lawyer.
L is for lawyer.
A lawyer has gone to a school that teaches the law. He is very smart. Sometimes he helps good people get out of jail, and sometimes he puts bad people in.
L is for law.
Lester is very proud of his lawyer. His lawyer's name is Lewis. Lewis is a very famous lawyer. He looks after the problems in many people's lives.
L is for looks.
Lester the limo loves to park in front of the courthouse and lounge in the noonday sun.
L is for lounge.
One day, Lester was sunning himself at his usual place, and Lewis the lawyer came leaping down the steps. He pulled open Lester's door so hard that Lester's hinges squeaked in pain. Ouch, thought Lester. What's the matter with my lawyer?
L is for leaping.
The lawyer grabbed the telephone from Lester's wall and called the police. This is Lewis the lawyer, Lester heard him say. I'm trying to save a good man from jail, and I only have 1 hour to get a letter that proves he is good from his house a long way from here. Would you lead me there?
L is for lead.
Quick as a wink, 2 motorcycle policemen named Lake and Little lurched to a stop in front of Lester's lights.
L is for lights.
Let's go, cried the lawyer. Lester's motor came to life. Lake, Little, Lester, and the lawyer leaped away from the curb and sped down the street. Lester strained to stay in line with the leaders. His lawyer leaned forward, looked out the windshield, and mumbled, "Go, limo, go." The miles flew by. Large buildings flashed past.
L is for large.
"Oh, my," Lester cried. "My water level is low. My engine is getting hot. I can't break down now." The line turned left and left again. The needle on Lester's water temperature was near the limit. His engine coughed. The limo lurched, but kept on going.
L is for limit.
Another left turn, and there was the lovely lawn in front of the long, low house that held the letter. The line screeched to a stop. The lawyer leaped out the door. Lester felt sick and dizzy. He couldn't race back with low water, and he couldn't let anyone know his lament.
L is for lament.
"Good afternoon, Lester," a familiar voice rang out. "What are you doing so far out in the country?" Lester looked around. It was his friend, Leo the laundry truck, letting Lawrence the laundryman out in the middle of the street. "Oh, Leo, I'm so glad to see you. I'm on a very important mission for my lawyer, and my water level is low, and I can't get anyone to help me. Leo, can you help, please?" "Lawrence always carries lots of water," Leo answered. "I'm old, and my lubrication system is poor. My water level is always low. But wait, I have an idea." Lawrence the laundryman was leaving one house. Lewis the lawyer was leaving the other.
L is for leaving.
Leo's loud horn began to honk and honk and honk. Lawrence leaped toward the laundry truck to loosen the wires on Leo's horn. He accidentally touched Lester's hood. "Ouch!" he cried. "Boy, is that engine hot. We need some water." Leo's horn magically stopped honking. Lester's love for his friend lit up his headlights. Lawrence poured a long drink of water into Lester's motor. Lester's water level went to the top. His engine was cool.
L is for long.
Lake, Little, Louis, and Lester sped back to town. The lawyer and the letter were just in time to legally let the good man go home to live happily ever after.
L is for let.
Well, Lester Lewis said, once again, good wins over evil, and you were the limo that saved a good man. Lester's motor purred and he smiled. Lester knew his lawyer would reward him with new water lines and a luscious, lustrous body polish.
L is for limo.